I'm saying? And a lot of these guys at this time and stuff, I'm telling you, man, it was just phenomenal. You know, there's great guys to see work. Great for me to be on the same tour and get a different experience on what was going on.
Any matches stick out in your mind from that tournament?
Basically, going over there, the first couple of matches that stand out is, like I say, working with Eddie Guerrero. You know, working the Mexican style and stuff. You know, you see a lot of the Mexican style, and then you go over to Japan and you be like, hey, this guy worked in Mexico. He's going to come out. He's going to flip, flop, and fly. It ain't going to be that strong of a fight. Shit, hey, I'm telling you right now, pound for pound, Eddie Guerrero, he'll fight, he'll brawl, he'll go with anybody out there. And when I got out there in the ring, he showed me that, hey, not only am I small, but I'm a junior that I can go. And he had no problem about giving me a little ring lesson my first match out there, as well as Dave Finley. Right. I can remember going in talking to Dave Finley and talking about, okay, Dave, what we gonna do and shit, we gonna go out here, I'm gonna do that, blah, 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 blah. And shit, Dave went out there and just beat my ass and shit and said, taught me that old lesson that goes for all young bucks. You know, when you come into the business and you're talking to a vet, don't come to me and tell me on what you're gonna do, because 9 out of times, when you step in that ring and you think you're going to do it, all you're going to find is a mouth with a whole lot of teeth is missing. Because it don't work like that. Show respect for your elders in this business. All right? Get it? Got it? Good.
Inoki, what was he like, Antonio Inoki?
Oh, Antonio Inoki, he was a real big name. For me, he was a real good guy to work for. Inoki was one of them guys who had no problem about coming down to the dojo, training every day with the young boys, doing every bit of every 500, every 1,000 squat that every young boy did, push-ups, sit-ups, everything they did, and then turn around and stretch every guy in the dojo from the best guy to the last guy.
Huh.
You know, and Inoki was a tough bastard.
Good businessman?
I think he was a good businessman at the time and stuff, yes.
Now, from there, you went over to Mexico, right?
Yes, I did.
What was Mexico like? Memories?
Shit, Mexico to me, man, was fun. I mean, shit, you go down there, man, shit, you talking about a quarter bag of Smith's shit, or a QP for less than $100, $60. Shit, boy, I was in heaven. I'm talking about green tea for days. You know what I'm saying? I'm over there with Big Yoko Kokina. Brother, we
were talking about Mexico with Yokozuna and all that.
Yes, like I was saying, when I was down there with Yokozuna and stuff, man, I really enjoyed being down there because Bad News Allen was down there at the time too, and him and Kokina was down there, and they was vets, and also I was down there with the Can-Am Express, you know, Phil Crawford and Doug Furness, and so for me, man, it was a real good experience to be down there on my first trip and be there with those guys. But like I was saying about Yoke, though, man, it was really nice being there with him and stuff, man, because he showed me how to roll some of the best blunts out there, brother. That, I mean, won't run, no nothing, but I mean, just right up until it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So I really enjoyed being around him. God bless him, man. Rest in peace.
Thoughts on Mascaras and El Canek and those guys? I know you didn't like Mil Mascaras, I heard.
Well, you know, hey, Mil Mascaras is one of them guys that you got to give it to him. Back in the day, back in his time, he was over. You know, you can't take that from him. You know, he's a legend in Mexico. I grew up watching him. I enjoyed watching him. When I got in the business and had a chance to be in the same arena and work with him, I just thought he was an arrogant ass.
What about Santo and El Canek?
Santo, man, to me, I had no problem. And even with Connect, I had any problem and stuff. Because Connect, for some reason, he just adapted to me and we would always hit. But everybody else in the business seemed to always have a problem with him and stuff. But I didn't seem to have a problem with him at that time when I was down there. If I happen to go back there now and I would be like, hey, you know, I'm up, you down. If he would do it or not, that would be a different story.
Who are your favorite opponents in Mexico?
Oh, wow, as far as I wrestled, or just some of the guys that I wanted to work with?
You actually worked with?
Some of the guys I worked with down there, some of the best matches I probably had, I would have to say were like Negro Casas. I would also have to say the Villanos. I would have to say Silver King, you know, Tejana and Silver King. Also, man, I had some great matches with, you know, Eddie Guerrero down in Mexico. The Love Juice, you know what I'm saying, and stuff. So, you know, some of the best matches down there, though, I would have to say was probably against Andre the Giant. you know,
Stiff?
and the Vianos. A slow, stiff man, which you thought would never be that stiff and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But,
Right.
you know, I figure, you know, look at Andre. He big, he's slow, got the big old hands. He grabbed me by my throat, man. He took that hand up. He came down, the hand was so I was like, man, this ain't gonna hurt. Bam! He hit me so hard, man, I thought a fucking redwood tree fell on my damn head. Man, after that, I had nothing but respect for everything he's done in his business.
Now, as far as like the Mexican style, was it hard to adjust from working in Japan coming to Mexico?
Nah, from Japan into Mexico, it didn't vary too much. A lot of the flip-flopping and flying. The only thing that they had a problem with in Mexico that I learned in Japan is you bring it to them. It's physical, it's rough, and it's coming. A lot of guys down in Mexico, they don't want to work that hard as far as punches and blows, because in Mexico, they working every night. You know, you're talking about 6 nights, 7 nights a week, and even doing double shots on certain days and stuff. So
Travel crazy over there? Or?
very crazy.
It's all bus in Mexico.
Bus. You talk about somebody's damn car, somebody's damn van, or if he is on a bus, it's like taking you to a station, dropping you off, and you getting on one of them city buses that I'm talking about. Got buku people swabbed up all on them and shit. I mean, they got their beans with them. They got their rice. You know what I'm saying? They got their bag of tortillas closed for damn days. I mean, they got homemade blankets, sheets. You know what I'm saying? And then you talking about the boys getting on. They got wrestling bags, the gear, the whole 9 yard. The bus is full. You got no place to sit. You know what I'm saying, man? It was rough, but it was an experience that, hey, once in a lifetime, everybody's got to experience.
Now, from there, you ended up in WCW, correct? Was it?
Yes, it was.
It was Clash of Champions?
Well, actually, stuff after Mexico, I ended up going back, you know, to Japan a few times and then back to Mexico. And at that given point in time, Vader had already left New Japan and was down in WCW. And so Ron Simmons was down there, and I guess the partner that he was with at the time, Bush Reed or whoever, got in some trouble, got gone. They had Ron working with somebody else. Evidently, the kid wasn't working out. Vader went to watch, said, hey, man, I got this great guy. I think he'll fit in there perfectly. He goes, did you watch the video I sent you? Bill Watts says, no, I haven't seen it. And him and Vader went up to his office, got the video, popped it in, they watched it. Bill Watts says, wow. The next thing you know, I had 15 phone calls from Bill Watts and the rest of the crew. I got back home, man. I called, I went down there, and little do you know and shit, hey, they was talking about business, you know, get down here, get on, sign on. I was like, damn, they started talking $75 a year. I was like, damn, $75 a year, shit. Man, my old lady together only making 24, you know what I'm saying? But little did I know what I know now and the kind of style that I work in, what I did back then. They fucked me. They screwed me. I got way underpaid and shit and didn't get what I want. And I still want what I want, but fuck it. Y'all ain't even got a company no more, so fuck it. But anyways.
How'd that match go with Ron Simmons, and did you guys work well together when you guys got introduced?
Actually, we worked very well together and stuff, you know. Very much respect for Ron Simmons and stuff. He's one of them guys who took me under his wings, as well as Vader and Harley Racing, try to show me the ropes of the suit and tie part of the business, which I still wasn't quite sure about and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But as far as the wrestling and everything like that, shit, there was probably nothing out there that I couldn't do after I got out of New Japan Dojo.
What do you remember of that match? Because I think Tony Atlas and Mick Foley were involved in that match, right?
Tony Atlas, Mick Foley, and Barbarian.
Right.
It was ghetto-wide matches, you know, me and Ron Simmons out there battling for our life, bro. I'm out there, man, first time down there, and I'm looking at Barbarian, I'm looking at Ron Simmons, I'm looking at these motherfuckers, and I'm like, damn, all right, you got to pull it up or you got to shut up, all right, because you got Cactus Jack out there, he look crazy. I mean, he may be the kindest, nicest wrestler in his business, but if you don't know Cactus Jack or Mankind or Mick Foley, if you really don't know him and you see him out there, you say, that man crazy. So I got this depression. He was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But little did I know he was very much professional and hell of a guy and stuff. And working with Barbera, and that was quite scary and stuff, you know, working with somebody from the island, you know, who I see, you know, watched and seen stories of him just rip people's heads off with the big boots and stuff. And I'm thinking, damn, I got Ron on my side, but it's three of them. You know, you got Tony Atlas, you know what I'm saying? He can damn bench press a Volkswagen or some goddamn shit. But the only thing that we had good about that is he was like, you know, 3 wheels shy of a car, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, but other than that, shit, man, Tony was all right and shit, you know what I'm saying? As long as you kept him in front of you, you know, so.
What about Bill Watts? What are your impressions of Bill Watts? You know, a lot of people say he's racist and stuff.
Shit, Bill Watts will come out and let you know he's racist. Bill Watts came out and tell you straight up, yeah, I'm prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? He had no problem with it. But what I liked about Bill Watts is he had no problem to tell me he was a redneck. You know what I'm saying? As long as I understand where you're coming from, we ain't got no problem. Only problem I had with Bill Watts is he slipped up and let that word come out of his mouth and called me nigga. You know what I'm saying? Where I come from, we don't play that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to let him know, and I had to mention to him, I don't play that. But for some reason, Bill Watts liked me because he seen money. Now, Bill Watts wasn't no stupid man. Now, he knew how to make money. He knew where money was at. And he knew that, you know, if he had a chance or an opportunity, he could make me. And I believe at the time when Bill Watts was down there, he really did make, you know, Scold Scorpio more than what he was at the time and stuff. And that's what helped me get on the ladder a lot faster, regardless if he's prejudiced or not. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you ask anybody, if you ask me, I still say he's an asshole. He a prejudiced motherfucker, he a redneck. But to me, shit, he did all right by me. All right by me.